The median Black British household has around £1,000 or less in financial wealth. Here's why and what we can do about it. In the ONS Wealth and Assets Survey, Black British households had the lowest financial wealth of any ethnic group in Britain. For Black Caribbean households, it was £1,100. For Black African households, it was £400. And for households of mixed or multiple ethnicities, it was just £100. What this means is that if you took the value of the savings and investments of a typical household in our community and subtracted the value of their debts, you'd end up with a figure of roughly £1,000 or less. This is £1,000 or less to weather financial shocks, emergencies, or job losses without having to go further into debt. But it's important to remember that these are net figures. So a household could have £10,000 in savings and investments, but if it had £9,000 in debts, this would be subtracted from their financial assets, producing an overall wealth figure of £1,000. And if their debts exceeded their savings and investments, then their overall wealth figure would be negative, as is the case with some of the households in the data. This is a really crucial point because it means that one of the most effective ways we can begin to increase our wealth as a community is by reducing our debt. It isn't the flashiest intervention, but it works. And to be clear, when we talk about debt in this context, we're talking about high interest consumer debt, such as credit cards, overdrafts, loans, car finance, and buy now, pay later. We aren't talking about mortgages. Mortgages are calculated as part of property wealth, which we'll cover in another video. The overindebtedness of the Black British community has also been highlighted by the debt charity StepChange. In a 2025 report, StepChange found that overindebtedness affects 28% of Black African Londoners and 24% of Black Caribbean Londoners, rates more than twice as high as the 8% seen in the white British ethnic group. Half of Black Brits live in London, so it makes sense to look at the capital as a key indicator. In conclusion, high interest debt is a silent killer of wealth. With average interest rates on credit cards, loans, and overdrafts far exceeding what you can expect to be paid in interest within a savings account or even receive on investments, the financial system is designed to profit from keeping you holding debt for as long as possible. And whilst we know that there are systemic reasons why many in our community are forced into debt, if we're able to begin to safely reduce our liabilities, our net financial assets would increase, thus increasing our wealth as a community. And having just had Debt Awareness Week, I would encourage anyone who wants to start tackling their debt to reach out to StepChange or one of the many free confidential debt advice charities in the UK so they can begin to make a plan. I have plenty more insights to share on how we can continue to build our wealth in this country. So if you'd like to learn more about Black British wealth, then please give me a follow.